Good morning, Ms. Brooks. Can you please introduce yourself to the jury and spell your last name for the record?
Sure. Hi, I'm Danny Brooks. Brooks is spelled B-R-O-O-K-S.
And how are you familiar with today's case, Ms. Brooks?
I was the park's devoted babysitter for a couple of years, and I also babysat Jessie pretty frequently.
And what will this jury know at the end of your testimony that they will need to know to reach a fair conclusion?
They'll know what I saw and what I heard at the park's home while I babysat the two kids.
Okay, you're going to talk about what you saw and what you heard, but what makes you a reliable observer?
Well, my job is a lot more than just babysitting. I'm also a homework helper, a play companion, a first aid administrator. There's a lot of things that I have to do on a daily basis that requires me to pay attention every second to the children who are in my care.
And where did you first learn the importance of being such an attentive babysitter?
Right out of high school, I had a really great opportunity to attend this internship in Africa, rehabilitating child soldiers who had been through the traumas of war. My mentor during that time told me, watch and learn, you can't afford to miss anything. And now I understand the importance of that.
You talk about your observations. Were there any observations that stuck out to you in the park while you were babysitting for Sydney Park?
Yes, the observation that has to stick out the most for me would be the fact that the parks owned a gun in their home.
They owned a gun.
That's what
Where was this gun kept?
all the parks kept it in a safe in the closet of their bedroom.
And to your knowledge, did Sydney Park know where this safe was kept?
Oh yes, Sydney was able to be in this bedroom. She was often playing in there, and she did know that there was a safe in the closet.
And she knew there was a gun inside the safe?
I was concerned about the gun, so I actually did ask Sydney if she knew one day that there was a gun in the safe.
And what'd she say?
Sydney told me, yeah, I know there's a gun in there, and I'm not supposed to touch it.
What was the combination to this safe?
Sydney's parent, Andy Park, never told me the combination. Andy Park specifically stated that that was far too dangerous for anybody but Andy and Lee to understand, to know. But Sydney did tell me something once that suggested otherwise.
What did Sydney tell you?
Well, first Sydney took me by the hand and she led me to the computer room where she played at night. In this computer room, she took me over to a filing cabinet.
She took you over to a filing cabinet. And what did she show you about this filing cabinet?
She bent over and pointed out to me the bottom right drawer of this filing cabinet. She told me that her parents kept all of the important documents in that bottom right drawer. I tried to open it, and it wasn't locked. It just came open like it was very easy.
What did you see when you opened that bottom drawer of the filing cabinet?
I saw a few folders, one of them on top marked for emergencies only.
Four emergencies only.
Yes.
What was inside this folder?
I didn't look. Sydney was standing right next to me, and as her babysitter, I didn't want her to see anything that she wasn't supposed to. But she did tell me that she knew the combination was in that folder.
The combination to the safe where the gun was kept.
Yes.
Now, what was Sydney's interest level in guns?
It's kind of hard to say what Sydney was interested in besides guns. She and Jessie were playing those shooting games all the time. They would play video games, they would play cops and robbers, they would frequently point at each other and announce to each other that they were going to kill each other. The violence of these games was really alarming to me, so I actually decided to bring it up with Andy Park.
Of course. And what did Andy Park say when you brought this up to her?
Andy totally blew me off. She didn't seem at all concerned. In fact, she said that playing with Jessie would be good for Sydney, that playing with Jessie might help Sydney become more aggressive.
So, Andy Park actually liked having Sydney around.
Oh yeah, the Parks loved having Jessie around. They put in a gate connecting the fences between their 2 yards. Jessie was over almost every single day. I would know I was their babysitter. I had to watch him just right along with Sydney.
Wow, the Parks put a fence put a gate inside their fence,
That's right.
so they really loved having Jesse around.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.